All right, what's up, challenge students? I wanted to go over my two overnight positions. Two setups, one long, one short. First, I'll go over the long one. Alerted in the chat room, NVCN. You can see this is a former runner, and it ran on fantastic volume back in December, and actually it ran back in the end of October. So this stock has proven that it can run, and you can see that it formed a nice base in the 160s over the past few weeks. And most importantly, this has the ability to spike. And if you remember Tim's uh, How to Make Millions DVD, he always talks about spikeability. In fact, that's a different DVD, but understand that these type of plays are the ones that you need to focus on. And this is clearly a play that has volatility in the past. And if this does get momentum tomorrow, perhaps on some news, that would be ideal. There's some positive news. Small cap biotechs have been running tremendously in this market, and this is a fantastic, fantastic type of setup that can certainly run. And I think there's a high odds uh, um, probability that this can uh, come back to the 220s, 230s, 240s, 250s. On the flip side, if the breakout fails, I lose maybe 10 cents a share. So I'm in at 201. I alerted this in the chat room. Fantastic risk reward on this trade. The other play I wanted to talk about is CETX. You can see that CETX had its first red day after uh, a pretty significant move up from the 4.5 to 5 range all the way up to the 8.5 range, and I think this is overdue for uh, another leg down. It had a pretty convincing first red day from 8 down to the 750s, and if we take a look at the 1 minute price action, you can see that it never really was able to bounce in the afternoon. And I think um, if you take a look at this consolidation and failure to really break out to new highs, I think this resistance up here really serves as a nice wall, you know, to protect uh, shorts. And the risk is there is some news overnight, but most likely there is another leg down on this play. And I think if this does uh, morning panic like I think it will down to the 670s, ideally, then I'll make 80 cents a share roughly. I'm in at 758. I did actually short this in the low 8s and 790s and covered. It all happened pretty quickly. Sometimes uh, plays uh, move too quickly to really alert them, but uh, we'll see. This is somewhat thinly traded, so hence only a very small 3,600 share position. But understand that the risk reward on a first red day, very, very good. And um, this is essentially the reverse of my other play. You want to really get aggressive once the momentum turns. And here you can see that um, this topping action really signifies a good momentum reversal, and it's very good to be short overnight once a stock fails um, to hold its initial momentum. So going back to NVCN, the exact reverse. You have the big up move, consolidation. It's proven itself over the last several days in the 170s, 180s, 190s, and we've seen Tim make several of these type of trades. And in fact, he tried this trade on EBIO before, but you can see that it really has downtrended significantly off of the initial highs that it made back in August. With NVCN, it had this big move up from the 50 cent area all the way up to the 330s, and now it found the support in the $1.50, $1.60 range, so roughly 50% drop off of its highs, but it's proven that it can hold that area. And now, with 3.5 million volume today on Monday, I think that that opens the door for a very nice second green day. But obviously, the news will ideally be there. If not, I think there's still some pretty good odds of. And you can see that this does have a little gap up here in the 230. So 10 to 15% upside with a possibility of even 250. So 20% plus upside, and I'm risking maybe 10 cents a share. So these are the kind of trades you want to get yourself involved in. Fantastic risk reward. We'll see how it plays out, and I'll do a follow-up video lesson just to recap the trades. And again, this is for challenge students only, so look forward to chatting with you guys in the morning, and we'll review how these trading setups play out.